Hey, it's Miss Baxter here, and today we're going to talk about how to sort a mixture of items. So today, I show you how to do it, you should have already set up inside of your journal 4 boxes. And in the 4 boxes, there's going to be one that says what tools we plan to use. By the way, your 4 boxes should look like this. What tools are needed? How can we separate our mixture? The hypothesis, what we think will happen, and what does our mixture look like? So right now, I want you to take a moment and write in those boxes. All right, now that you've written in your boxes, I'm going to show you the mixture of materials that you're going to be using today. In here, we have sand, we have gravel, we have pinto beans, we have wood chips, and we have iron fillings. So today you need to figure out what's going to be best to separate these. 1 cup will be for the wood chips, one will be for the pinto beans, one will be for the sand, one will be for the iron fillings, and so on. So you understand. Okay, so what we're going to do first is talk about what we think the finest material would be. And sand. I would think sand too. So I'm going to use a strainer and place it right over on this cup because I don't want to make a big giant mess. And I'm going to pour this mixture okay, a little more. Shake it around just a little bit so the sand can fall through. And you may want to repeat this step a couple times so we can make sure we get all the sand out. So I have a lot of sand there, but that may not be all of it. So I'm going to try this one more time just to make sure, because I really want to make sure I get all my sand out. Yeah, I just saw more come out just then. Okay, now we've done that part. Now, what can we do? What do you think we can do to separate the beans and the other materials? Well, what I'm thinking is that for next, you might want, and for the iron fillings, you might want to use this really neat magnet. And so you're just going to want to run it through. Oh, hold on a second. Let's put this back in the cup first. You're going to want to run it in here, just like this. Mix it up. And what do you see on? That's all the iron. So let's put that iron in another cup. And in order to get it out, you're going to have to just kind of pick it off because it's magnetic, so it wants to stick. And this wood was attached here. Does anyone think they know why? Yeah, because it was all surrounded by the magnets. All right, there's just iron everywhere. Okay, and we could do this again. Okay, we may have to come back to some of these several times to get all the materials. Now, next, I want to know how we can maybe get the pinto beans out. Or we could use the tweezers. We have tweezers here. And you could just pick those out and put them in a separate cup for the beans. Now I have one more thing that we can do to see if materials can be separated. And that is, I have a beaker of water. And we can pour this mixture in here to see what floats and what doesn't float. That would be another way of sorting. Can you see what's happening instantly? Can you see this? What's on top, do you think? The wood chips. And what's on the bottom? The beans and the gravel. So now you want to take your spoon and scoop off the top, the wood chips, and put them in here. Okay. Now what do we still have left in our container? We have the gravel and the beans. And some wood chips still. And at this point, I would just probably use my tweezers a little bit at a time and pull out the beans and put them in a separate cup, and then all that's left should be your gravel. All right, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and have fun doing this activity.